Good evening. OMG. OMG. I am so thrilled to be here with you tonight. In this video, we're going to talk about getting shiz done. So excited to be here. It's your girl, Michelle Lawrence, coming to you live from LBC Studios. Oh my goodness. I am your friendly neighborhood brand ambassador, where I help you stand in your own spotlight so that you can make your mark in the world. Welcome to tonight's show, right? Oh my goodness. I'm super, super excited about tonight. We are starting a 4 night actually it's 4 Tuesdays, so it's for the next 4 Tuesdays. We're going to be talking about getting some stuff done, right? See, right there, right? We're going to be talking about getting some stuff done. Okay, it's 2020. I know everybody got big goals, big, big, big goals, right? And so we need to start talking about like how to achieve those goals. So I have a question for you. Have you made any goals yet for 2020? Have you really like honed in on what you want to talk about in this 2020 right now? Right? Well, I'm going to help you with that. So stick around. We're going to talk about a whole lot of stuff today. We're going to talk about, first of all, what are your goals if you have any? Okay. And how to achieve them and how to make them um, you know, achievable for you, right? We're going to talk more about that. Okay. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So, so let's talk about this. Have you ever thought about doing SMART goals? Right? You got to be really smart about it. You just kind of just, I know a lot of people right now are talking about like vision boards and vision parties and, writing it down, making the vision plain so that, when you see it, you're going to be like, yeah, that's me. That is me all day, every day, and twice on Sundays, right? But, if you just write it down and you don't like map it out, it's really, really very difficult. So tonight we're going to talk about how to make a SMART goal, right? And then more specifically as it relates to branding, because that's why you're here, right? You could make it about your business. Seriously, it all starts with the same process. Okay. So I want to kind of dive right into that so that you can see, how you can start thinking about those types of goals for your business. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So I prepared a little something, something for you. Okay. And so here it is right there. Okay. Perfect. All right. So we're going to talk about SMART goals, right? We're going to talk about how to make a goal a SMART goal. Now, if you notice, the word SMART is actually an acronym, right? So let's talk about that. It's an acronym, right? SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely, right? Like seriously. So we're wanting to like really break that down and really talk about that. Oh, by the way, if you have already made your goals, really I love talking to folks here. So go ahead and drop it in the chat and so we can kind of continue the conversation after our presentation. All right, so let's get back into it. So let's talk about those SMART goals here. Okay. So first things first, let's talk about the S in SMART, right? It has to be specific. So check this out, right? If you want to be specific, you got to start asking some questions, right? It can't just be, you can't just go willy-nilly. You got to be very specific about things, okay? So there are 5 W questions that you can ask to make things more specific. Okay. First, I kind of put them on this slide here for you so you can see all of those words. Okay. And so to make them more specific, you'd want to know who's involved, right? In this goal, right? Or the next question would be, what do I need to do to accomplish it? The next question would be, where is this goal, to be achieved, and then when you want this goal achieved. and then why you want to do it in the first place, right? Right? So you want to kind of have those questions and keep those questions handy because that's kind of what you need to, first be thinking about, first of all, okay? Give me 1 second. I've been playing with my mic while I was off camera. I just wanted to kind of put it down there. Anyway, yeah. So you wanted to kind of, figure out all those things ahead of time, right? So ask those 5 why questions so that you can, really kind of sink your teeth into that particular goal. Okay. So now let's go to the next question. All right. So what's the next question? The next thing in our SMART goals would be, is it measurable? Right? Right? So you want to be a little bit more specific here, right? And you want to know like, well, how long or how much, right? How you need to be able to measure it. And then, if you don't know how you're going to measure it, how are you going to know when you reach that particular goal, right? I mean, makes sense, right? So if you measure it, then it'll be super easy to know when you've achieved it, right? And so that's something that you might want to consider. It's an indicator of progress. You'll be able to kind of really kind of map it out. Okay. All right. So moving right along into our next thing here. Let's see. What does it say? Now is it achievable, right? Is it achievable? So that's going to be our next thing here. So if your goal is achievable, here are some questions that you'll need to ask about this particular thing. What are your resources or capabilities of achieving this goal? Has anybody hit that mark before, right? If not, if you don't know how to achieve it, the next question you need to ask yourself is, okay, well, maybe you might need to find someone who's hit that goal before and really, really kind of hone into that, right? So that's something that you'll need to think about as well when you're thinking about your SMART goals. Okay, so the next goal we're going to jump into now would be the R, which is it realistic? Okay, so we got to have a reality check here. Now, the reality check basically is just saying, hey, what's going on with this particular goal? Is it realistic for me? Can I really, really reach this, right? Is this a really realistic goal for me, right? Is this goal reachable in the time frame that I've set for myself, right? Do I even have the resources to realistically make this happen, right? And then this is sort of like a heart goal right here. Is it achievable realistically for me? Am I committed to doing this, right? And so that's something that you kind of really gotta gotta put your big girl panties on and really think about that, right? Most people like, well, I don't know, a realistic goal, you can't say like, okay, I'm gonna win the lottery tomorrow. Okay, maybe not a realistic goal, right? Yes, you may have known some people who've done it, but really, do you know people who've really done it? No, right? You have to make things realistic. We have to deal in reality. All right. So next, let's go to the next thing here. All right. And so the next thing we're going to talk about is timeliness. That's the T in SMART, right? Right? So this kind of all goes in with, how do you know when you got in there, right? How timely is it, right? Does the goal have a deadline? I had a business mentor that I worked with. Oh my gosh, I loved her. I absolutely loved her. She would say, a lot of times people make these big goals and, they will get frustrated when they don't meet the goals. But she's like, that's okay. Put a new date on it, right? So think about what it is that you want to do or what you want to achieve. Put a date on it, right? If you didn't achieve it, put a new date on it, right? Maybe tweak some things a little bit to kind of make sure that you kind of get things where you need it to be. And work on that, okay? So those are some of the things you need to think about when you're thinking about doing any kind of goal, right? And so if you have goals for your business, if you are a stay-at-home mom and you want to, like, start meal prepping, that's one of your New Year's resolutions or something like that. You got to start with a goal. That's the first place. You start with the goal, and then do those steps that we talked about tonight to kind of figure out your process, right? And just kind of do one little thing, each one little bite at a time. I had another business mentor of mine said, she used to say, well, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Okay. Not that I would eat elephants or anything like that. Okay. People don't come for me. But anyways, I just wanted to come to you tonight. We're going to kick off um, this 4 week series. No, it's actually, yeah, every week, every Tuesday in January, we're going to talk about um, a different tip that will help you kind of get your business going. Will help you with branding, will help you with goals, will help you with getting some stuff done. As you can see right here, we're all about getting some shiz done. Okay. And so this is what we're going to be talking about for the next, for the next 4 weeks. So today we talked about actually setting a goal and being smart about it. You're going to set a goal. You want to be very smart about it. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. I'm so excited. If any of this spoke to you about, having smart goals, I really want to hear from you. So if you would leave me a comment in the chat. If you're watching this live, kudos to you. If you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and give me a hashtag replay in the chat. But have you made smart goals for yourself? If you have, good for you. Next week, oh my goodness, we're going to be talking about some of the things that I absolutely love that keep me productive. This whole month, it's all about productivity. So I actually have a bonus that I would love to send to you if you're really interested in these goals, because sometimes making a goal, sometimes your mindset really kind of like gets in the way of things. And I have a bonus tip I would love to send to you if you want that. Okay, so what you need to do is drop the word SMART in the chat, and I will reach out to you in Messenger, so I'll be able to send this bonus tip to you. It all has to do with your headspace. So, another thing that's going to be coming out soon, I'll be dropping a second podcast episode, and it'll be kind of around where your headspace is when you're making goals and doing things like that. So, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Next week, oh my gosh, I gotta open up my board here. Let me see. What are we talking about next week? Next week, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite things right now. Oh my gosh, to keep me organized and keep me on track. And oh my goodness, I cannot wait to show you and talk to you about that. It is a project management tool. You can use it not only for project management, but you can use it for different things in your life just to kind of keep things on track. We're all about productivity this month, and I can't wait to bring that to you. So, if this is your first time meeting me, my name is Michelle Lawrence. I am with LBC Branding. I am here to help you find a spotlight on yourself for you to make your mark. Oh my gosh, can't wait to see you next week. Okay, we will talk later.